The recent restoration of St. Patrick's Cathedral, the largest church in the United States, dwarfs Trinity Wall Street, both in its size and the extent and magnitude of its renovations. Logically, St. Patrick's restoration would have cost many times what the recent restoration of Trinity Wall Street cost. 4 Trinity Wall Streets could fit inside St. Patrick's Cathedral. St. Patrick's Cathedral seats 2,400 and Trinity Wall Street 600. St. Patrick's is far, far wider and longer than Trinity, taking up an entire midtown block from Fifth Avenue to Madison Avenue. And its interior ceiling is more than twice as high as Trinity's. In fact, the complete both full exterior and full interior restoration of St. Patrick's Cathedral took twice as long as Trinity's interior restoration. 36 months for St. Patrick's compared to 18 months for Trinity Wall Street. But St. Patrick's cost less than twice as much. For St. Patrick's Cathedral, the cost was $175 million. For Trinity Wall Street, $100 million. The difference in the results is also staggering. St. Patrick's is bright and luminous, while Trinity, after its restoration, remains dark and drab. I am, as one observer, left with 2 conclusions. Either the rector and the vicar of Trinity are blatantly incompetent, or they are corrupt, or both. Take a look at this minute video and decide for yourself if the Trinity Wall Street congregation and the larger community got a good deal or not. It should be important to anyone and everyone involved in or with Lower Manhattan, since Trinity Wall Street remains one of the most prominent and important institutions in this community. What Trinity Wall Street does and does not do has a significant impact on the character and reputation of all of Lower Manhattan. Of course, since the rector is all-powerful, and he and the vicar get away with operating in complete secrecy, and most of all when it comes to the finances of the parish, the owners, the congregation of Trinity Wall Street, and everyone else is forced to draw conclusions since they will not release the facts. Will the rector and victor go to jail or suffer any consequences if they are guilty of gross mismanagement or corruption? Probably not, because they know the congregation will never confront them no matter what they do.
Every Sunday morning in New York, the bells of St. Patrick's echo through the city, beckoning Catholics and non-Catholics to the cathedral's massive bronze doors.
We call this America's parish church.
And there is a lot to see. A neo-Gothic landmark modeled on the great cathedrals of Europe, St. Patrick's interior is bathed in natural light through a prism of stained glass. An expression of uplift and hope, St. Patrick's stood as the tallest building in New York City. But after years of neglect, the cathedral was showing its age.
This cathedral, simply put, is cracking. The bricks are crumbling and falling.
The restoration is costing $175 million.
We had to do it. It was survival.
The cathedral is built out of Takahau marble. Takahau marble is a beautiful, wonderful stone, but it's very soft.
Architect Rolando Crayer of the firm Murphy, Burnham and Buttrick was charged with overseeing the daunting task.
And we found some areas where the stone, the Takahau marble, to the touch, it would pulverize in your hand.
Some 30 stories of scaffolding was erected outside and inside, allowing tradespeople access to every inch of this massive structure. 2 clean and re-leaden panes of glass. restore more than 9,200 organ pipes, and remove soot from the cathedral's 19 chapels, just as the original laborers and artisans had done. The restoration work was performed largely by hand. The restoration process has taken 3 years, and like any building of its age, the cathedral has its secrets.
You stand underneath it and say, oh my God, how did they build this cathedral out of stone? And then when we started working on it and we go up to the attic, we realized that it is not stone.
To save money after the Civil War, the whole upper half of St. Patrick's was constructed of wood and plaster. Yes, it only looks like marble. Project engineer Kira Brady.
So this is the ceiling of the cathedral. This is all plaster. It's painted to look like stone, and they come in line with the gold paint. So when you're standing on the floor, it looks as if it's stone.
A tribute to America's parish church, now restored to its original luster.
And finally, I'd like to thank my friend, Bill. I'd like to thank you for having the courage and having the vision to see that at Christmas, we also will witness a birth here with this, and we will pass it on, won't we? This project has been one of the true vocational joys of my life. And to be part of such a parish in which we could do it, and do it well, and do it right, is something that I will live with for the rest of my life. So mostly, I would like to thank God. I would like to thank God.
The point is to bring out all the wisdom of all our stakeholders and all our members here so that we can be as wise as possible, as efficient as possible. And I think we'll know we get there by the surprises that God brings to us along the way.